Yo guys, what is going on? Insanity coming back at you today with another Division 2 video, and state of the game for September the 11th, 2019 just wrapped up, and we have a ton of information for you guys with the upcoming new Loot 2.0 system, changes to recalibration, crafting, brand new items being added to the game, changes to gear sets, and a PTS that is coming extremely soon. So I'm just going to go ahead and run through all my notes. I'm going to try and make this about a 5-minute video for you guys so that you can have all that nearly hour-long state of the game crunched into 5 minutes with all the important bulletins and stuff like that. So let's just get into it. First of all, PTS will be launching very, very soon. Stay tuned to the Division Twitter account, or even here on my community tab. I'll go ahead and let you guys know. They say it's going to be coming in a couple of days. I think it's going to be on Tuesday, but we'll keep you updated on that. Title Update 6 is going to be going live sometime in October. They didn't give any clue when, but you know, it's going to be next month. And all narrative-based content in the PTS is going to be stripped. It's not going to be in the PTS whatsoever. So if you're afraid of spoilers or anything like that, it's not going to be in there whatsoever. Next up, Hamish was interviewing Nikki, a senior game designer. He works on economy, materials, loot, all that good stuff in the game. And he had a lot of good stuff to go ahead and tell us. There's been a lot of things that a lot of people have been asking for, and he delivered with some really good information. First of all, there is a brand new loot system. I'm going to go ahead and put this up on the screen now. You can go ahead and see this. You are now going to have targeted loot in the Division, which is freaking incredible. I've been asking for a reason to grind and a reason to do things over and over. Like the fact back in the day when you would sit there and you would run a mission to have that targeted item to drop, like Lexington Event Center in the first game. Why? Because you wanted Baird's chest piece, and you ran it over and over and over and over trying to get it. And when you finally got it, it feels like you hit the top of a mountain and you felt awesome. Now, we're kind of have that same idea. Say you're trying to make that perfect build and you're looking for a certain piece of gear, whether that be like wyvern wear or a holster of some kind, Gila Guard, whatever. You're going to be able to look at your map, see those activities, and see where this stuff is going to be dropping. Missions are going to have specific loot drops. Name zones are going to have guaranteed drops from bosses. Dark zones are going to be considered name zones as well. And basically anything that drops that is part of that loot pool that's going to be targeted will be contaminated, and you have to extract it. That's one of the big things there. When it comes to adding more stuff to the game and making the loot pool even bigger, this is actually going to help with that. So you know exactly what you're going for, and you're going to try and target those specific items, which is extremely important. I'm very happy with that change. Next, how many of you sit there and go and visit the Gunrunner vendor every single week, hoping to try and find something new, and you may already have collected all the named weapons? Well, good news for you. They are adding about 35 brand new named items to the game, which is going to be like a hybrid of Division 1 and Division 2 exotics into one, where they're going to be a nice little named higher tier version of high ends in the Division. And the cool things about this is it's going to be weapons, it's going to be gear, and it's going to have a third talent where it's going to have a static role that you cannot change, but it's going to be like a much better / provision talent that's going to be like the ultimate version. And the way he tried to describe this is, say you have something that's going to give you like 10% weapon damage. This particular name piece is going to be bumped to 15%, so you get that little bit of extra damage, or whatever the talent may be. It's going to be a little bit better overall. Now, moving on over to brand sets. They are getting a nice little change. They're basically taking everything that is in the game, especially rated gear sets. They're going to throw them out in the open world. They're going to let you go and find them. Hardwired is no longer going to be just a crafted only gear set. You can find that out in the real world as well. If you have all the 6 pieces and you want to try and get that bonus, guess what? You only have to equip 4 pieces now to get the full bonus of gear sets, so that frees up the awesome idea of being able to run 2 high ends or an exotic and a high end, however you want to do it. And the crazy part is, chest pieces and backpacks are going to be more powerful than ever, because gear set, chest, and backpack are now going to roll with a high end talent, which is freaking incredible. The only ones that are going to be locked behind the raid are going to be the raid, chest, and backpack. That's the only way to get those with those talents in the raid. So do keep that in mind. Now, recalibration, we are going to be getting a brand new UI and how that entire flow works. We're going to go ahead and see that in the PTS when it happens. You're going to be able to swap stats from different colors, which is going to be freaking awesome. And you're finally going to be able to move talents to pieces that wouldn't normally roll with that specific talent, which is going to be awesome. Now, when it comes to crafting, they're raising the material crap and they're also adding the material sharing perk from the PTS. So you can share your materials across all your characters and you're not going to be stuck with a very, very low amount of, materials on a character that you may just be starting. They're also lowering the crafting cost of common materials and brand set materials so that you're not going to be using too much of them every time you craft out, which is also going to really help the recalibration because you may be trying to craft to get that perfect perk or talent, whatever it may be. And finally, for those of you out there who are still missing a couple blueprints and you have no clue how to get them, the moment you hit the end game, you head on over to the crafting station. You're going to look at that. It's going to give you specific information on the activity that you need to do for you to unlock that particular blueprint to get those blueprints finished. Wow, that's a lot of information in a very short amount of time. Anyways, guys, that's going to be a full wrap up of Loot 2.0, crafting, recalibration, named items, and of course, a little bit of things like PTS coming, title update 6 in October. I'm Insanity. Like if you haven't, sub if you're new, sign off in the comments down below. What do you guys think? I mean, it's a lot of information in a very short amount of time. Anyways, I'm out. I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.